Welcome to the Girl Means Business podcast. I'm your host, Kendra Swalls, a former teacher turned entrepreneur, here to help you navigate the messiness of mom life and biz life. Each week, my guest and I will share our experiences, insights, and tips to help you move your business from survival mode to success mode. So grab your favorite drink and let's dive in, because this girl means business. Hey there, and welcome to episode 179 of the Girl Means Business podcast. This week, I want to talk about a phrase or a term that is becoming widespread, and you've all probably heard it before. It's the idea of going viral. We hear it on social media all the time. People are posting things like 5 ways to go viral, what to do if your content goes viral, or how to create content that will go viral. You hear it when people are described as a viral sensation. But what does that actually mean? And what does it mean for your business? Should you be trying to go viral, or is it really living up to all of the hype? So I'm going to break all those questions down for you today. I'm going to share with you a couple of stories of times that I've had content go viral and what it's meant for me and my business, and give you a few kind of tips to keep in mind when it comes to creating your content. So let's start by defining what exactly does it mean to go viral. Well, the thing about going viral is there is no clear, determined amount that says you've gone viral. So I like to use the phrase viral for you. So what that means is that depending on the size of your audience, the size of the views you're getting on your content and the engagement you're getting, that can determine if you've gone viral. So let me give you a couple examples. Let's say that you are starting off your business and you have 300 followers on Instagram or on Facebook or on TikTok or Twitter, wherever you're living on social media. And a piece of your content then gets 3,000 views. In my opinion, that's 10 times the amount of audience members you have. Your content has gone viral. Now, you could also say you have 1,000 followers and you get 20,000 views on a piece of content. That could be going viral. Anything that exceeds exponentially the number of followers that you already have, in my opinion, is considered going viral. So for some accounts who have larger following, then they need even more views to exceed what they already have. That means they have to go viral with hundreds or millions of views. If you have a smaller following, then just a few thousand views could be considered going viral. Either way, if you are reaching an audience that exceeds the audience you already have, then you've gone viral. So now let's talk a little bit about what that can mean for your business and if it's really something even worth paying attention to. So I want to take you back really quickly to 2015. This is before viral was even really a term that was used a whole lot. It definitely wasn't a common phrase. And at the time, I was teaching full-time and doing my photography business on the side. And I had a client who came to me and said that when I was shooting her small wedding, when she was getting married, she told me, hey, one of these days when we decide to start a family, I'm going to call you and I want you to help me come up with a really fun, creative way to tell him that we're having a baby. So a year later, she calls me and she's like, okay, remember that idea we had? It's ready to put into action. So we scheduled this photo shoot in the fall, disguised as this is their family, their Christmas card photo for the year with their dogs. And in the middle of it, I had them each take a poster board and write out a note to each other. And I told him, I was like, I just want to capture some like genuine reactions and emotions, something kind of fun, be romantic, be silly, whatever you want to do. And I put them back to back. I had them walk out a couple steps. And then I said, okay, on 3, I'm going to turn around. I want you to read each other's note. And he had written this really sweet note about how much he loved her and being married to her and the life they had created. And on hers, it just said, we're having a baby. And his reaction was priceless. I got it all on camera. It was amazing. It was the best photo shoot. And they were really excited about it. But they said, I can't share it with anybody until after the holidays because they hadn't told their family yet. So I just kind of sat on this session and didn't think a whole lot of it. A few months go by and it was a random Tuesday night. I decided I haven't blogged anything in a while. I'm going to go blog that photo shoot that I did because they had already told their families. They'd put it out on social media. Everything was in the clear. I could share it. So at like 10:30 at night on a Tuesday, I threw their photos up onto a blog post with a story of what had happened, and I hit publish. The next day, I went to check just because I thought, well, let me go see if anybody's paid attention to it. And I was shocked at how many views this random blog post had gotten. Now, keep in mind, this is just a small blog that I had for my photography business that was local to just my area. I wasn't blogging for the idea of mass exposure. All I was doing was putting content out to build up my SEO, to rank higher on Google, and to give my clients something that they could share out on social media. That was my only goal with my content. I had no plans to ever go quote unquote viral. So I put this content out, I checked the next day, and it had a couple thousand views. And I thought, well, that can't be right because, I mean, who else is going to look at this besides her and maybe her family? I thought, well, maybe she shared it. So I went to her Facebook page and she hadn't even shared it. So throughout the day, I kept checking and the numbers kept rising and rising and rising. And over the course of a week, it had gotten up to close to 1 million views. And I went and I'd shared it on Pinterest. Other people were pinning it onto Pinterest. It was getting mass views on Pinterest. People were sharing it to Facebook pages. I was getting calls from, news outlets wanting to interview us about the idea. People were sending me messages saying that their parents who were traveling overseas had seen it on a news story there. It was crazy, the exposure that this one blog post I put out at 10:30 at night on a Tuesday was getting. And in my mind, I had all of these big ideas. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. I'm going to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I know she's going to see it. She's going to call me. She's going to want me to be on her show, all the things. That didn't happen, by the way. But I immediately started thinking really big. And what I learned, though, was that as quickly as it ramped up, within a few days, it is just as quickly died off. Now, did I get some new business from it? Yeah, I mean, a handful of clients reached out to me that were local, that wanted me to do their photos or do a similar photo shoot. But it wasn't the explosive thing for my business that I had hoped it would be. Now, did it help my ranking on Google shoot me to the top? Absolutely, because it was getting so much traffic. Did I learn a lot from that incident? Absolutely, which I'm going to share with you today. Now, fast forward to current day and social media, all the rage is going viral. Now, I have had a couple of reels that have gone viral for me, meaning that they're in the tens of thousands of views, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, in those ranges. It's few and far between. I've only had maybe two or three that have done that. And it's been really nice. But again, the same thing happens. For about 2 or 3 days, I'm getting tons of views. I'm getting several followers. I'm getting comments and engagement and messages. And then just as quickly as it ramps up, it dies off. So here's what these lessons have all taught me. One is that there is no magic formula to predict which content will go viral. Now, you'll see people on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and these places saying, okay, here's what you need to do to go viral. Here is how to create a viral post. They don't know how to create a viral post, just like none of us really know. Now, are there certain types that tend to get more viral views than others? Sure. But if that doesn't fit your brand, if it doesn't fit your niche, then that's not for you. One example that comes to mind is I had an Instagram follower reach out to me and she said, I'm so excited. My post is going viral. I don't know what to do. What should I post next? And I went and looked at her content and it was all DIY home renovations. And she had posted this really cool transformation where she had taken IKEA cabinets and turned them into this really beautiful kind of built-in closet system. And it was amazing. And it had completely deserved to go viral and to get her all the new eyes on her content. However, after looking at it, I thought, this is great viral content because it has a really large audience appeal, but not every niche is going to have that type of content. As a business coach, my content that I'm creating is not created with the idea of I'm going to go viral with this. It's created with the idea of I'm going to serve my audience. So if you are creating content with the idea of I want to go viral, then you're going to miss the mark when it comes to serving your audience. So back to my first tip, which is there is no magic formula to predict which content will go viral. So when you see people saying 3 tips for creating viral content, just know they're just giving you tips on how to create good content. That doesn't necessarily mean your content is going to go viral if you use those tips. Now, number 2 is if going viral is your marketing plan, you will end up disappointed. I've seen this with every single piece of content that has gone viral in my business. Is just like I said, it goes up really fast. It ramps up for a few days and then it drops off just as fast as it started. So if your marketing plan is create content that goes viral, get a bunch of followers that my business will grow, you're going to be left disappointed. So instead, take that same energy that you're using to create viral content and use it to serve the audience that you already have. So number 3 is if you don't have a solid foundation, going viral will only expose the cracks. Now, this was an example I learned really the hard way when my first blog post went viral, the one I told you about earlier in this episode. And one of the cracks in my business was that I was just kind of skating by with the bare minimum when it came to my website and my blog site. Because again, I wasn't thinking a ton of people were going to be coming to my site. So I had the bare minimum I needed to create a decent website and blog site. And what happened really quickly was that all of these people were coming to my blog site and it crashed my entire site. So I very quickly had to scramble and find a way to increase the capacity of my website so that more traffic could come to it. Another example I see a lot of times on social media is these accounts will post something that goes viral and they're all excited because they're getting these new followers and lots of people are coming to their page. But then they realize that they don't have content that's valuable enough to keep those new followers there. So people are following them because they saw a post they really liked, they clicked follow, and then they quickly realize, oh, they're not really putting out content that's going to help me. They're just selling something. Or, oh, they're really not even putting out a whole lot of content at all. Or it's not content that has anything to do with the content that went viral. That's a big one too, is if you create content just for the sake of going viral and you post something that's not related to your niche and all these people come follow you because you posted this really great video. And let's say, for example, you post a video of your cat doing something really cool or really funny or whatever. But your niche is that you are a makeup artist. And so all these people follow you because they saw this really funny cat video and they come to your page and it's all makeup tutorials. They're like, well, wait a minute, that's not what I signed up for. That's not what I came here for. So if you don't have a solid plan in place, if you don't have a solid foundation for your account, for your business, for your website, for whatever it is, then having this viral, people coming and viewing and all the eyes on your content, it's just going to expose those cracks even more. And then finally, number 4, going viral does not automatically equal instant growth in your business. This is the big one. This is the one that I see people doing so often on social media is they post about wanting to go viral, or they'll send messages saying like, I just don't understand why my content's not getting great views. And I go look at their content and it's getting good views for the size of the audience they have. What they really are saying is, I don't understand why my content's not going viral. And we see all these experts on social media who are saying, just create viral content and you'll grow super fast. How I grew 100,000 followers in 3 months is because they had 1 or 2 viral posts. And all of a sudden, our mindset is that, in order to grow, I have to have viral content. It's about quantity over quality. That's the opposite way of thinking. It should be about creating quality content. And then if it happens to go viral, that's even better. But if you are hoping that having a piece of viral content will help you to grow your business to these extreme numbers you have in your head, it's just not going to happen that way. The odds of that happening, or the likelihood of that happening, is like 1 in 1,000. But it's that idea of like Bader Meinhof, which just means that once you see something, you see it everywhere. So like if you were to point out, there's not that many yellow cars around, the next thing you know, you're going to see a ton of yellow cars because it's in the front of your mind. And so if you are looking for people talking about viral content or success from viral content, that's what you're going to see. And you're going to see people who are flaunting it on social media because they think that that was what their success was built on. when really, if you're basing your success and the growth of your business on one or couple of pieces of viral content, again, going back to the idea of if you're relying on that as your marketing plan, you're going to end up disappointed. Now, what I've learned from having a couple pieces of content go viral is that, did it help me boost my business a little bit? Absolutely. In the case of my blog post that went viral, it helped boost my SEO, which helped get me higher ranking on Google, which helped me be more discoverable within my area, which led to a little bit more business. Now, is that what I would base the success of my business on? Absolutely not. But it was a nice little infusion into my business. But could I have had that same success with hard work and dedication on my own? Absolutely. The same goes for the viral content that I've seen on social media for me. Has it boosted my following a little bit? Yeah. Have I maybe seen my email list grow from it? Yeah. Have I received any more business from it? Maybe. But it hasn't been this incredible like rocket booster for my business that all of a sudden I'm, making 10x what I used to make. That's not the case. One viral piece of content is not going to end all or be all for your business. So I want to wrap up this episode with kind of my overarching advice for business owners, for you. And that is to keep your focus on serving your audience. If by serving your audience, you have content that goes viral, that's amazing. But I don't want the idea of, I need to be creating content for the purpose of going viral. I don't want that to be your focus. I want you to stay true to the idea that your sole focus is serving your audience. It is providing them with value, providing them with something that's going to help them feel like they are not alone in their journey, their struggle, whatever it is that you're helping them to do. If you continue to keep that as your focus, then your business will grow whether you have viral content or not. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I did. And as always, you can find any links or resources mentioned in today's show down in the show notes. And if we're not friends outside the podcast yet, then what are you waiting for? Come find me on Instagram at Girl Means Business. Send me a DM letting me know what you thought of today's episode or any of the past episodes you've listened to. You can also take a screenshot of today's episode and post it to your stories, tagging at Girl Means Business, and I'll give you a shout out on my page. I love connecting with you and hearing all about your business and can't wait to get to know you more. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will meet you back here next week, same time, same place.